All right, people, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. 360 pages we're up to. Got a long way to go still, but we're moving along. All right, listen. 9 Circles of Hell, Stephen Bishop. He is a friend of mine, and I'll tell you something. He makes great sauces. Here's his card, and you're going to see a link in the description box below for him. The one I reviewed yesterday was White Lies, and who doesn't tell a white lie now then? We all have anyway, right? Today we're stepping it up. We're going to the next level. This is Evil Deeds. Now, are you responsible for some evil deeds? I know I have in the past. I'm trying to put a good foot forward. All right, people, Evil Deeds. Let me read you a little bit about this sauce. Just a moment here, people. All right, for the ingredients, we've got distilled white vinegar, fire roasted red bell peppers. I love fire roasted bell. Habanero peppers, red onions, fire roasted Roma tomatoes, carrots, cayenne pepper mash, garlic, coarse black pepper, achiote, which is ground annatto seed. Let's see a show of hands. Who knew that achiote was ground annatto seeds? No hands. I didn't know either. It is what it is. All right, so vicious with a hint of, it's delicious with a hint of vicious. I went vicious first. Sorry. In the middle of the journey, I found myself within a dark woods where the straight was lost. Dante said that. All right. I'm kind of excited about reviewing this. I love the black pepper. You can see the coarse black pepper in there. All right. Okay, the aroma, you know what it reminds me of? It almost reminds me of, this would be a great sauce. It smells to me, the aroma kind of reminds me of a sauce that would be very, very good on Italian. The garlic, I'm definitely picking up the garlic. It just smells very nice. I love the ingredients. All right. I am going to fix it. All right, here's the pour, people. This is from Stephen Bishop, 9 Circles of Hell. Oh, what a beautiful pour. All right, so Evil Deeds hot sauce. My name is Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. I was right. This should be awesome on Italian. You guys know what my favorite ingredient is in this? I love the fire roasted bell peppers, the fire roasted tomatoes. Just has a great flavor. The garlic's wonderful, but I think the greatest ingredient in this sauce is the very coarse black pepper. Oh, but this would be so good on Italian. It really, really would be. Let's talk about the heat a little bit on this. It's not a monster, okay? It's going to be a medium heat sauce at best. If you're a non-chili head, you could eat this, but you'd have to just go sparingly. If you're a chili head, this is going to be a medium heat, maybe a 4 or 5. The flavor is very, very good though, and that coarse black pepper. Absolutely beautiful. Yep. So if you're, really, you aren't limited to Italian. You can put this on anything, but I think it would go so good on pizza. really in place of spaghetti sauce. Just has a really great flavor to it. If you've tried it, please let me know. Evil deeds. Not to be confused with dirty deeds. Evil deeds are different than dirty deeds. All right, so let me get into, I have a few more funny expressions. We have 4 more that we're going to talk about. These are expressions that we've all kind of used, and we're like, hey, where'd that come from? It came from somewhere. Get off your high horse. You've heard that. Get off your high horse. Horses were primarily, were the primary mode of transportation before cars were. If you were wealthy enough to own one, it was a sign that you were in society's upper class. Okay? Get off your high horse was a phrase used to express disapproval of someone's haughty and better than you attitude. So if you were on the receiving end of those words, then you were being told to jump off your horse, humble yourself, and lose the entitlement. Get off your high horse. This is a good one. As mad as a hatter. We've all heard that one. As mad as a hatter. If you've seen or read the classic, and you know what I'm going to say, Alice in Wonderland, then you should know of the Mad Hatter character. The eccentric, loony character is based on a common issue plaguing hatters in the 17th and the 18th century. The trade of making felt hats required the use of mercury. Okay? At the time, people didn't know that exposure to this element was quite poisonous and resulted in the hatters going insane or mad, which was the preferred word during that time period. So you wouldn't say someone was crazy. Yeah, he's a crazy hatter. No, you'd say he was a mad hatter. I've had people, it's a UK thing. I've had a million people in the UK call me a mad lad. It's something that you get over there more. All right, so we have just a couple more. Time to face the music. This is a good one. I found this one interesting. Time to face the music. It's an old military saying dating back to the early 1600s, okay? In early American colonial times, disgraced military officers who were being discharged had to proceed down a path while a drum line beat out a song of dishonor. So while today the phrase means to face your consequences, back then it literally meant the bad officers had to face the music. You know what I thought that was? I thought it was something that happened right before somebody was given the death sentence, is what I thought. And this is the last one, all right? Straight from the horse's mouth. When you hear the saying straight from a horse's mouth, you know you're getting information from a credible source, right? Where'd you hear it? Straight from the horse's mouth. That means credible, right? But where did that come from? How did that happen, right? The origin dates back to the early 1900s and describe how those buying horses would examine the inside of a horse's mouth to determine the general health and the age of a horse. If the person trying to sell the horse was lying about the well-being, the quality of the equine, the buyer merely had to look straight into the horse's mouth and see for himself. So that's where it is. Another one, long in the tooth. If you guys have heard that one, I'm surprised this didn't make the list. Long in the tooth. It's a term meaning someone's a little on the elderly side. They're getting long in the tooth. Horses' teeth don't ever stop growing. Okay, so if a horse is elderly, they're a little long in the tooth. And so they would look into a horse's mouth. And if their teeth were really long, then no matter how they looked on the outside, you could say, horse is a little long in the tooth. That's where it came from. If you have any other cool expressions that you know, please go to the comment section and say so. Tomorrow, I have peppers arriving in the mail, and they're some monsters. So get ready for some really cool pepper videos. I'm wicked excited for them. In the meantime, tell somebody you love them because somebody needs to hear it. All right? In the description box, you're going to see a link for Stephen Bishop and 9 Circles of Hell. Please check his sauces out. One more remaining, and it's a dandy. Right on the bottom, you're going to see the lifeboat and my son, Johnny Scoville Jr., while at the top, you're going to see Pepperology, which is all stuff geared towards new chili chasers, and all of the challenges I've done since this bizarre journey began. All right, so please check them out. In the meantime, you have a great day. I love you. I'm Johnny Scoville. And this was Chase the Heat.